Hey guys, it's Nailbiter, and in this video I've got some Gulf of Oman gameplay from the Back to Karkand expansion for Battlefield 3 that was released earlier this week on PC and Xbox. And let me just start off this video by saying that if you don't already have the Back to Karkand expansion, I highly recommend getting it. The maps are really cool. It definitely brought back some memories when I just played through them the first few times, and I think DICE did a really good job reimagining them with the Frostbite 2 engine, and the added destruction in these maps is also pretty cool. You'll notice that if you play through the maps that a lot of the buildings in the maps are much more destructible, and you can blow up quite a bit more than you can in the base game, so that's pretty cool. I also really like the addition of assignments in this expansion because I think it's an interesting take on getting unlocks, because it kind of makes people play or use a certain play style in order to get these unlocks, and encourages people to use stuff that they might not use otherwise. And so, in this expansion, as I'm sure you've heard, there are 10 assignments for you to complete, and those unlock you 10 new weapons. So I think at this point, I haven't played too much of the expansion yet, but I've unlocked the two assignments so far. I unlocked the FAMAS, and I think it's the G53, so an assault rifle and an NG gun, which I haven't really tried out too much, but I'll make sure to try to record some gameplay with all the new guns once I unlock them and upload it to you guys. But anyways, I've talked about this a little before, but I think DICE did a really good job integrating this expansion into the entire game of Battlefield 3. It's not like it was in Bad Company 2, where the Vietnam expansion, where it was completely separate from the base game, and you couldn't use the Vietnam weapons in the original game. And so I really like the fact that DICE made it so these weapons are usable in all the maps, no matter if you're playing the original game or if you're playing on the Back to Karkand map. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think it definitely expands a lot, or it expands the already vast amount of options that you have to play Battlefield, or for playing Battlefield 3. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to unlock the new weapons and to try them out. And another thing I wanted to mention is I would really recommend playing these maps on the Conquest large version, the 64-player version, not necessarily with 64 players. And I think the first few clips you'll see in this video are actually from a small version of the map, but I would definitely recommend playing the larger version, because that's the way these maps were originally made, the large version, and it just, for me at least, it brings back memories of playing these maps, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. So it's pretty cool, and I think you definitely get a fuller experience if you play the larger version of the maps. So now I wanted to talk about the Conquest Assault game mode, which is really just a slight variation on the normal Conquest mode that was in the original release of Battlefield 3, except that instead of each team having a no-cap zone that they spawn from at the beginning of the round and then have to go and capture the flag spread throughout the map, which are just neutralized at the beginning of the round. In each of these maps in the Back to Karkand expansion, only one team has a no-cap zone, which you could call the attacking team, and the other team, which you could call the defending team, holds the rest of the flags, and it's the attacking team's job to capture those flags to stop their ticket loss. And I actually think Gulf of Oman is the only exception to this, in that each team actually has a no-cap zone at the start of the round, and the flags are also split between the teams at the beginning of the round, so it has a more even start than the other 3 maps, Sarky Peninsula, Wake Island, and Strike at Karkand. But the idea is it's still similar in that in all these maps your job is to go around capturing flags, and it basically just, the beginning of the round is slightly different. And I know in past battlefields, if the defending team lost all their flags, then they were capped out and they couldn't spawn on each other, and I actually don't think that's the case anymore. I think DICE made it so that if the defending team is capped out and has no flags, and they also don't have their no-cap zone to spawn from, they can still spawn on squad mates, and so obviously their ticket loss will be greater, but it's not like the round will end because they can't spawn on each other. So anyways, now I wanted to just talk a little bit about the Gulf of Oman map in particular, and I already did a little bit, but just in general, and it's definitely one of the more vehicle-heavy maps in the expansion. I'd probably say this map and Wake Island are probably similar in that they have a lot of vehicles, and a lot of air vehicles too. I think each team gets 2 jets and 1 or 2 choppers at the beginning of the round. So there's a lot of vehicles to watch out for, and especially if you're playing a 32-player version of the map, you know, you're not gonna see too many infantry running around. It's gonna be a lot of vehicles, and you know, a lot of tanks and APCs and stuff. And one thing I actually really like about this map, though, is that on each flag there's a buggy, or maybe it's called a VDR, that spawns in. It's one of the new vehicles in the Back to Karkand expansion. It's just a light vehicle, and I've had a lot of fun. I've done a little bit of this, just taking one of the buggies on one of the flags and just driving around all over the place, trying to run people over. So I don't think I have any clips of that recorded, or I don't think I have any clips of that in this video in particular, but I do have a couple of kind of funny clips recorded with me getting some road kills with a buggy, so I'll probably throw that together in a video at some point and upload that. But I mean, like I was saying, it's Gulf of Oman it's one of the more vehicle-heavy maps, and it's in the large version it has 7 flags instead of 4, and it's kind of similarly laid out where there are 4 flags along the beach and 3 sort of closer, more into the, I guess, the city area, into the urban area. And you know, I would probably recommend running Engineer on this map, or running the Engineer class, especially on the Conquest large version of the map. You could probably, well, I mean, you saw me in the first few clips of this video using the Assault class on the smaller version, and I think on the smaller version you have a little more, or it makes a little, I mean, you have a few more options in which class you want to use, just because there are fewer vehicles to worry about. But you know, if you're playing the Conquest large version, I would probably use the Engineer class, just because, you know, you have to, there's a lot of vehicles to watch out for on this map. And yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You know, these maps are so big that I think it's good to have, you know, a lot of vehicles to use and get from flag to flag. So anyways, this video is just about finished. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary and enjoyed the gameplay from the new map, Gulf of Oman. And I'm definitely going to be trying to play this expansion a little more and get some more gameplay from some of the other maps to show you guys. And also, like I said earlier, as I unlock some of the new weapons, I'll be sure to upload gameplay with those as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, and make sure to rate the video and subscribe to me if you want to see more Battlefield 3 videos from me. And I thought this last clip was kind of funny, so I thought I'd just throw it on here at the end. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.